Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, my name's Travis, and this is our channel where we're working on turning our house into a homestead. So we do kind of random projects. We're working on remodeling different things in our house. We're working on getting our solar up to speed. We installed some off-grid solar to run some things, and just working on becoming a little bit more self-sufficient and trying to get off grid and get out of debt and all of that fun stuff. So today we're working on some built-ins for the master closet. You will see we talked about our master closet in the intro video. So if you haven't watched that yet, jump back and take a look at that. Kind of goes over a lot of the projects we've already done or are in the middle of. So I've got these cabinets that I'm working on. They will be sets of drawers, and we will be I'm building the drawers right now. My dad came for a visit and we ended up putting the cabinets together, so that was a lot of fun. I don't have any video of that, unfortunately, but yeah, so today's project is going to be getting the drawers put together and doing all that. So here we go. So right now what I'm working on is we've got the top two drawers are going to be 5-inch deep inside. So the outside diameter for the drawers is going to be 5 3/4. The bottom three drawers in each cabinet are going to be 8 inches deep. So they're going to be 8 3/4. I can do math. Overall. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the boards I got, and I got some 1x8 pine, and I'm ripping the 1x8s down to 5 3/4, and I'm ripping the 1x10s that I've got down to 8 3/4. Yes. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'm just going to blast through all of these, get them all the right size. That way I can reconfigure my table saw to do the dado for the interior groove to put the drawer bottom in, and then I'll cut everything to the right length and do the dado and work on getting things put together. So we'll get started on this. Okay, so that should be all of them cut to the right widths. Now I can reconfigure this to be a dado and dado out the groove. We're doing something pretty cool, I think, for the drawer bottoms. I'll show you that in a little bit, but it's not something I've seen before, and it's gonna be really cool. My wife really likes it. All right, let's get this thing switched over. Got a pro tip for you guys. If you're ever changing the blade on a power tool, if it's a skill saw, if it's an angle grinder, if it's a table saw, it doesn't matter. Unplug it. There is too much involved and too much risk of accidentally turning something on. And I mean, if I had my hand near this wheel and it turned on, it would make a very, very big mess. Probably ruin my day, week, and month. So I'm gonna unplug it and then we'll get started. This thing doesn't have to be super tight. It spins in the direction of tightening the bolt. A lot of newer table saws and miter saws spin in the opposite direction. I think I remember seeing that on one of my miter saws. But yeah, this one spins in the direction of tightening it. So if anything, loosens, it doesn't loosen, it tightens. But slide back in. Make sure this thing freely spins without hitting the guard. It should. Well, let me show you the cool part of what we're going to be doing. So this is the mock-up drawer I made. And check out the bottom, guys. We're going to make plank drawer bottoms for all of our drawers. This is kind of a prototype, so it's not completely like finished and sanded, and these are all going to be painted white. And this drawer is my first initial mock-up. So I've got the sides labeled, and then look at what the bottom's going to be like. It's completely flush, so the drawer bottom is completely flush with the bottom of the drawer. And yet it's sitting in a groove with a little bit here, I'll show you. All right, check this out. So there is the groove on the side of the drawer, and then the bottom piece, this piece right here, goes in that groove because it's routed out. So it sits flat on the bottom, goes into the groove. Obviously that groove is not the correct size. Like I said, this was my mock-up drawer. I was getting sizes right, seeing if the concept worked. So on my next ones, I'll be doing a whole lot better on that. But this piece is grooved all down the edge, so it'll fit onto the groove of the board that goes between here and here that I just took off. This board. So we're gonna create that dado and make sure it's not too wide, and then we'll be able to dado all of our boards. So I did some testing, and my dado is just a little bit too thick. So I've got to make the dado a little bit thinner, and then I'll have to set this back up again and do some testing. But the dado is basically taking too much, not too deep, but too much this way. So when I'm running it through, it's creating too big of a gap. So take this thing out, and let me show you how this works. So this is a pretty old dado. I don't think they make them like this much anymore. So, in order to make it thinner or fatter, you basically change the angle of the blade within these two plates. So it's so you got to take out these two screws. So let's take out these two screws first. Good old flathead screws. Not my favorite. Then what we do is we look on the side here, and you can see that this white mark is right about at a half. Well, a half is too thick. So we're gonna twist, we're gonna hold the outer plates I'm not sure if I can do this so you guys can see, but I'm gonna twist this thing within the outer plates. So that bar could go all the way down. Yeah, we're not going to take it that far, of course. We're going to go up to about, technically I want it almost a half, but we're going to go about halfway between 3/8 and a half. And I would love to keep it there, but we got to see if the holes are going to line up. They are. So we're going to keep it about halfway between 3/8 and a half and see how that goes. That might be too small. It is just a titch too small. I don't know if you guys can see. So I got it down just a little bit too far. So we have to take it all apart, make it just a little bit bigger, and then put it all back together again.